I'm delighted to open this exciting forum because it is indeed a very special one. It touches on a subject of personal interest of mine, namely smart cities. The future of how cities will look like and thus how we will live together. I'm happy to say that I was involved in the Silicon Park City project from the humble beginnings when a smart city committee under the leadership of engineer Muammar Al-Khatiri was formed 3-4 years ago to start understanding the complex new phenomenon and start planning its creation. As you can see, we are mixing through 4 floors what we have here today. So we are mixing fixed desk and flexi desk and offices on all floors. And if you're a flexi desk taker here in this building today, you can use that space over there at your Liberty as well. And you have a lot more choice, a lot more different kinds of furniture that you can sit on. So if the chairs here gets a little bit too hard, you can try the new chairs over there. Obviously, Silicon Park, which the other gentleman will talk more about today, will have 85 different retail shops, so there will be ample places to eat and drink over there as well. What we will do different this time is we will intersperse the whole area with strategic partners. I cannot divulge who these will be yet, but we have some very, very interesting names on the board already, which is going to spice up the experience of being in Dtec.
This is a really special moment today, and this is a culmination of a lot of hard work that the Dtec team has been putting together. And every time I talk to them, they're working on the Silicon Park. Okay, now you can see it. To me, smart cities are actually happy cities. It's not just about being smart, it's actually being about happy. Smart makes it look really clever, but to me, it really is about connecting the dots. And when you connect the dots of infrastructure, technology, telecoms, and information, and you start integrating it, that is when it starts becoming a smart city. Now, why is it smart? It's smart because the community develops. It's smart because you will be happier living in this place. And it's smart because if you saw that little film, did you see any new technology there? Nothing really. It's seamless. It's transparent. It's invisible. Technology is there to serve us, not to get in the way.
You would notice this. I mean, this is not a secret. Change is all around us. I woke up this morning, my 10-year-old kid was, did you download iOS 12? Did you download iOS 12? This is really new. This is, you know, it's amazing. They care about upgrading the iOS. I don't know what service they will be using from it, but you know, they have to upgrade. They have to have the latest technology, the latest service, all those social communication and social media services. So it's really all around us. And this is changing the way we live, work, and communicate. So this is enhancing our lives, obviously from smartphones to wearables to social network. So all the wearables that we wear, and those have even health benefit at some point. So imagine you're wearing a device that checks all your biometrics, checks your heart rate, all those conditions, and alerts you when you have an excessive heart rate. This is really life-saving. Blockchain is taking us and AI to territories unheard of. So what's happening here? Technology is now available. I will discuss a little bit the project that Hans mentioned, which is the Silicon Park. We're working with our partner, Orange Business Solution, and Dubai Silicon Oasis to transform the Silicon Park into the smartest district in the region. And again, as Tariq said, it's not about the technology. It's about how we can make people and the residents and visitors happier. There will be more than 22,000 environmental sensors in this district. That will by far be the smartest district. That's a showcase for the region. This is what, how it was intended, and this is what we're helping Dubai Silicon Oasis to build. The second project is something that we're really proud of as well, which is the Smart Dubai platform, what we call Dubai Pulse. Dubai Pulse is a public-private partnership between DO and the Smart Dubai office. The project was initiated a year and a half or around 2 years ago. We built the platform. together with the Smart Dubai office, and the platform is live and running. So if you go to dubaipulse.gov.ae, all the services are there. So this platform really is what? Is kind of, you think of it as the infrastructure, as the digital backbone of the city. We're talking about digital ID services. So those will be exposed from the platform. So what's happening here, we look at 3 months. So we train the data based on a 3 months historic pattern. And we start predicting that at this time, so there is a historic pattern and there's predictive pattern. We predict that at, let's say on the 31st of December at 6 p.m., people should be leaving. But what actually is happening is at 3 p.m., people started vacating the, let's say, the Burj Khalifa area because there were a lot of celebration and people were flocking from everywhere in the city. So we saw that in Burj Khalifa area, we had a lot of people gathering there and other areas being freed. How does this help? This help, if you remember, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think, when there was a fire in the address. So this could be used as a tool, again, for, let's say, Dubai police or road and transport, to know exactly where are people, where are they more, gathered, and where do we need to send help to.
Hi, yeah, I saw on the slides that Dubai ID was mentioned. How is that different from Emirates ID?
Emirates ID is the physical ID that you carry. Dubai ID, or my ID, I think the new branding, is the electronic version of a single sign-on service.
I haven't had, in the last 30 minutes, I haven't heard the word privacy once. I haven't heard about our rights and how you're going to analyze this and use it against us once. How this data is going to be used by banks to give us or not give us loans, auto loans, etc., etc. How are we going to deal with this?
It's a very important, and I used a lot of synonymous words. I said the data will be anonymized. I said, I mean, obviously when you anonymize data, you share it at an aggregate level. I'm not talking about a specific person's data. I'm talking about the aggregate level. I'm showing you how people are moving together from one place to another. We can go into a lot of details. So in a zone, in a zone where there are less than 200 people, I think, or 300, I don't remember, we don't even show that there is anyone there.
Well, before I start, actually, I was. I'm really excited, to be here, and I'm really happy that I can see the young generations attending this kind of forums. So thank you for coming, guys, and I would like to see you more interactive in those topics, because your opinion actually is very important for shaping the future. As you all know, we all now using all of the technologies, especially the young generation. So all the connected devices, connected cars, and all of these things that we have on a daily uses are producing data. The current situation, analysts, they're saying that we're at the average of 500 megabytes of producing data per person today. But this expected to reach to, by the economists, to 62 gigabytes in the coming few years, less than 10 years. So this is a massive amount of data will be produced by a single person every day. We're coming to a time, ladies and gentlemen, that we're living, everything we do on a daily basis, we leave behind us a tremendous amount of data, trail of data actually. Something is useful, something we think is not useful, and this data will remain there for a long time after we are gone. So societies are now, with all these connected objects, cars, homes, wearable devices, everything that we see and we use on a daily basis, with that, the cities itself, it started to create its nervous system. And this system, we are as humans now, we are acting as sensors. We became human sensors into this smart city nervous system, I would say. Why data is important? In the recent actual situation happened in Syria, and refugees there, they were moving across Europe. The analyst says that if the data produced, the digital fingerprints produced by the search happened by those refugees during their move in the European nations has been collected and analyzed, this would have provided a very useful information to countries to prepare for receiving those refugees before they happen. In the healthcare, A very important procedure in healthcare, which is currently started to be used, is the DNA sequence. The DNA sequencing process actually enables doctor to decide on the right medicine to be given to the right patient. This process in the past used to cost more than $100,000 US. As we speak today, this, thanks to technology and analytics and processing, it has been reduced to $3,000. In few years from now, it's expected to reach to $40. What does that mean? This means that the healthcare data produced on a daily basis will be tremendously increased. The current percentage of growth in health data, as per IBM Watson, is more than 48% a year. So every year there's an increase of healthcare data provided. This is another source of tremendous data produced. So everything is about data. So the question is how to use this data, how to use the data that you are producing, how to use the data that you own and make it smart and take smart decisions from this data. This goes into creating a holistic approach. So the whole smart city concept is about creating a holistic approach of managing your data from the moment that you collect the data, then you transport the data, then you store the data and compute, secure it, analyze it, then finally create a collaboration and make decisions on using this data that you have collected. Technology, as we said, it's not everything. You can have the latest technology, you can have everything you need from sensors, AI, robots, machines, and everything. But still, an important aspect of this is how to build it. I mean, anyone who's going to smart city projects, they have to think about what do I need in order to actually have the best smart city projects delivered. And the answer to this, you need to have a trusted partner. It's all about partnerships. So as you have seen and experienced, it's not anymore one vendor, one company can do everything. No one can do a smart city project. It's not a box that you buy. It's a framework that brings multiple partners together in delivering this project to the citizens. Finally, if you look at the steps that we have considered into any smart city projects, those 6 steps, you have the right partner for consulting, for innovation, for integration and operation. This is where you guarantee to have a very successful smart city project.
How can the blockchain gonna serve the data nervous system that you mentioned? And is it already implemented or there is a plan to implement it in the future?
Taking an example of Dubai, I'm very proud living in Dubai because this is where things happen because initiatives come top down. I mean, this is where actually it's a key message. I mean, when you have on the leadership this kind of level of awareness and taking these brave decisions by adapting technology before all the other countries there, things work. So here, it's more about a decision from leadership perspective. They see a value in that one. So that's why blockchain, I would say, in Dubai, you will feel it in the coming few years because it is a very serious initiative. I know that all government entities, they have a KPI monitored about how they're adapting for a blockchain. If you look at the other countries, you'll see it still in the infant stage. Some of them, but some very interesting talk now between cross countries blockchain change, so happening in the GCC countries, which is very promising.
So speaking about smart cities here at Dubai Silicon Oasis, we started in 2012 with a new strategy focusing on 4 main pillars, starting with becoming a desired society in the UAE and a technology hub, and to have happy people, plus to be a smart city. DSO's role, or the primary role for us in the smart city spectrum, is to be a center of excellence and also a testbed for the government of Dubai. We are strategic partners for Smart Dubai office. So we are, through Silicon Park and different initiatives, we work with Smart Dubai in becoming a testbed for all these smart initiatives. We also here in this building, in Dtec, host Intel Ignition Lab. This is a lab that is open for everyone. Students, entrepreneurs, startups, companies, government entities, to collaborate and to see what is the cutting edge technology that they can use for their projects or proof of concepts. With Emirates Airline, Etisalat, and General Electric, we launched also a crowdsourcing platform called Intalaq, which we had winners from different companies, and we see them now in the market as startups. I personally used Dubs in my last flight. They come to your house, they check in your bags, they give you your boarding pass, and you just go directly to the gate without any hassle. So we are using solar panels in different buildings, in different devices, and even we have a zero building that is totally dependent on solar. Smart waste management version 1. This is for the smart bins. We have deployed sensors in all the smart bins in DSO. So in order to reduce the carbon footprint of trucks going around collecting the waste, so they go only to the waste bins that are full or almost to be full, and they have a dashboard that shows them exactly where to go. The operation cost is reduced from 4,000 dirhams per month to around 440 dirhams per month. As many of the speakers said, it's not about technology, it's also about the happiness of the community. So we had an initiative where we have allocated 400 plots of land for the community who are living here in DSO, especially people who are living in flats where they don't have the privilege of having a plot of land. So these lands have been given to them on first come, first serve basis. Also, we are proud to be the first free zone to host electrical charging stations for electrical cars, of course. And this is in collaboration with DIWA. So we have 5 charging stations here in DSO. And by the way, it is for free till 2019 as announced by DIWA.
Is the technology is being like who kills the national?
The BIA, environment, okay.
It kills it. Well, how the technology will save the environment?
If you saw in the presentation, we had different examples of how the technology is helping environment. So, for example, having the waste management or the waste bins with sensors, I said that it reduced the number of truck trips through the waste management bins from 440 trips to 84 trips or something like that. So that reduces the carbon footprint, it reduces the energy wasted, it has more efficiency, so you don't get that pollution coming from the trucks.
Great. Engineer Muammar, thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you.
Thank you. Big hand.
Shukran.
Today I'm going to be talking about the blockchain technology. We'll make it a bit more simple this day and not talk about the details of what is blockchain and et cetera, et cetera. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. The train or the metro system has been working for decades already. It has been working in our country, I think, since the 1980s. But then it got stuck there. It got used to be the old train system that somebody was driving. And Dubai came up with this idea to launch the metro, which is a driverless system. It wasn't broken before, but Dubai fixed it. It's innovation. It's a tool. It's a tool that anybody can use, bringing back the human in us. I like the idea that we're doing the innovation to bring back the humanity in us. We've been so focused on working, building our careers, creating technologies that allows us to work more. But the thing now is people are creating ideas, people are creating innovations that allows us to enjoy life. Okay, blockchain improves trust. So if you need to improve the trust in the things that you do or in your system, you can go blockchain. You can opt to use it, you can opt to not use it. Blockchain improves transparency. Now the blockchain, one of the greatest use cases of blockchain has been done in Ukraine recently, wherein the government tried using blockchain as a tool for voting. But what blockchain does in voting, for example, is that every time a vote is casted, it publishes that one and counted that one in real time. And blockchain improves immutability. These are the 3 things that blockchain does. Why do you need blockchain? Do you need to improve your trust? Do you need to improve your transparency? And do you need to improve your immutability? And that's the time you dig into the blockchain.
Can you define it very simply, very shortly for everybody?
All right. To simply define, blockchain is a digital record.
Banks were as a central place, as a central ledger. So you replace that with a distributed ledger. So if you want to hack a bank or hack one specific space, it's much easier to do. In that blockchain, in a digital distributed ledgers environment, your record is sitting in 100,000, 2,000 spaces with a secure key. So basically what is happening is that we are distributing our services, and this starts helping all sorts of things. Basically, it's almost unhackable.
The transition is actually going through a different part of the world, especially on the sectors of data and securities. How does blockchain deal with the transition of the security breach?
Actually, blockchain is in the very early stages of its life, and regarding securities, it all boils down to the government that implements blockchain or that adapts the blockchain technology.
Thank you, Tariq. As always, you're a fantastic moderator. Let's give
Thank
him
you.
a big clap.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. He's the man who makes it all possible, and he just literally, I appreciate all of your openness and the ability to make these conversations happen. So thank you.
Thank you very much. The next Dtec Forum, I just wanted to announce that will be on the 11th of December. It will be on artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and virtual reality. That usually includes a lot of really vivid slides and projections, perhaps even some gadgets, so don't miss it. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming.